Bread is life. So for me, every bread that I make, you think about it, it is a combination of earth, air, water, fire, all the fundamentals of life. And you combine them in a way that is, delicious and wonderful and life-sustaining. And then it's also a metaphor for, the human existence. You come from dust and you're put together and you're kneaded under pressure, and then you rest and you grow and become something else, and then you experience like the fires of life in your adulthood, and pressure and heat, and then that can either burn you and turn you back into dust, or it can make you thrive and become this big, beautiful, fragrant, wonderful being. And to me, that's what I think about every time I make bread. I do all my dough by hand, and as I'm doing that, I'm just going through my week and my trials, and sometimes I pray for specific things, or I'll be thankful to God for all the gifts that He's given me. It's just spending time with God, and like really letting go of any kind of attachments that I have to work or life, spending quality time with myself and God. God has been teaching me in Taiwan about letting go of wanting to control my environment. I'd done some consulting in a restaurant, and I found that all of the stress I had in the restaurants in the US, really I experienced here as well, because it was me trying to control an environment I couldn't control. The funny thing is, we said, well, we should open our own restaurant, and then we prayed on it, and it just like everything fell into our lap. And I think it was God finally telling me that this is what we were meant to do. And I think God has always been telling me this, but I've never been listening because I've been too wrapped up in my own desires and needs. So for me, opening my own restaurant was actually, introspective for me, and some of my prayers were about, could I have been just changing my mindset all along when I was in other restaurants? And I really believe that's true. If I'd stopped saying, oh, I need to make more money so I can afford to buy my home, my whole laundry list of why I need to work hard and make money, when I'm taking time away from my family and God and church and my faith, then I'm not serving God anyway. So regardless of where I am or what I'm doing or where you are or what you're doing, if you choose to do it for the glory of God, there's no stress that can ever be too big for you. There's nothing that can't be solved, no problem that can't be overcome. And that, it may not always be comfortable, but if you really truly have faith in God, God will always provide you what you need. He's not going to let you go and sit in a corner and do nothing, but if you really put your heart into it and you really want to be successful, and your success is God's success, not your success, you'll always be happy.